In this video, 7 of my Animal Crossing villagers will compete against each other for 100,000 bells in this Animal Crossing Among Us challenge, part 2. This time around, instead of fighting for staying on the island, they will be fighting for bells, and we will go at a much faster pace. I previously made this Among Us inspired map on my island. It's got all of the locations you need for the Among Us tasks, which are the objectives the innocent team has to achieve to win the game. If the innocent team of villagers can accomplish all the tasks that they need to, they will win the game and split the cash. Of course, just like in the real Among Us, there will be an imposter. Every round, the imposter has the opportunity to eliminate another villager from the competition by fencing them in. Last time, Bluebear crushed the competition. In this game, to make it fair and to make it as legit as possible, I will be using the villagers' personalities, conversations, and relationships with each other to determine who they would ideally vote out if this were an actual Among Us game. Now let's introduce the characters coming to this competition. It's Eric, Pom Pom, Bluebear, Apple, Mathilda, Bam, and Zucker. Many of these characters participated in the last one, like Apple and Bluebear, while others have never tried it out, like Mathilda and Bam. So this will be very exciting. We can already see there's a little bit of divide here. 4 villagers on the right and then the 2 villagers on the left, with Apple kind of being the straggler in the middle. We'll see if that stays true till the end of the video. It seems like Eric and Bluebear are becoming friends and they're happy. They just had a great conversation, which, by the way, here are the tasks that will be in the competition. They'll have to accomplish all of these tasks in order to win, or they'll have to vote out the imposter to win. Okay, now with that said, we're gonna go right into it and you'll understand more as we go in. So round 1 has started. All the villagers are getting up and ready to go, moving around the Among Us map, and we see immediately 5 villagers sticking in the middle, many of them working out. In fact, enough that worked out already to completely finish the workout task, which is very good for the innocent team. They already got one of those tasks out of the way. Now, we're really seeing a divide now. We have 4 villagers who are working out on the right, and then on the left, Bluebear, Apple, and Eric are not hanging out. They're all on their own. So we're now seeing conversations play out here between Mathilda and Bam. You can tell by the conversations that are happening that these 4 are a very powerful 4-person alliance here, and they might be able to dominate the entire game, because having a 4-person group like that is a big majority and they can just vote out everyone else. Bluebear and Eric are having a conversation over if I want to either lick a fish or bite a worm. I guess comment down below. I'm team bite a worm, to be honest with you. I think I'd rather bite a worm. I know that's probably not the right choice, but I don't want to lick a fish, like a living fish. Maybe if it's like, you know, fried. I don't know, but I wouldn't lick a living fish, no, or a dead fish that hasn't been like cleaned. You know what I mean? At that point, I think I'd eat a worm. Anyways, Bluebear is like dancing. She's not necessarily singing. And then all of a sudden, Apple walks over the emergency meeting button, which means we're gonna have an emergency meeting right now. It seems like she's onto something and she thinks someone is really in the wrong here. She wants a vote. She wants to vote someone out right now because she's very sus. She's very suspicious over some of these other villagers. I would be too if there was a 4-person group out of nowhere. I'd be like, what's going on here? Why am I not? Is there something I don't know? Especially because Apple has like no friends in this this game right now. So it's very nerve-wracking for Apple. If I were Apple right now, Bluebear or Eric, I would feel very uncomfortable that I weren't in this big group. So all of a sudden, Mathilda and Pom Pom are talking about things, and I want you to listen. It's now time for the first vote, and if I were Apple, Eric, or Blue Bear, I'd assume that I'd be leaving. I think that block of 4 characters, the workout group, the lifting weights group, are all gonna vote together and probably vote someone out. So let's see how the votes go in. 1 vote for Blue Bear, 2 votes for Blue Bear, 2 votes for Bam, 3 votes for Blue Bear, 3 votes for Bam, and 4 votes for Blue Bear. Like I thought, all 4 of those villagers voted out Blue Bear. I'm guessing they were really scared of Blue Bear because Blue Bear won. Just flew across the screen. I'm the one who made that, but like looking at it again just really made me laugh. Okay, but as you know, it's by a vote of 4 to 3 and Blue Bear is eliminated. Now, if we look at the tasks that they've accomplished here, we already got 1 out of the way. We've had 2 conversations go down, so they're doing pretty dang good so far. Now it's time for round 2, and I'm really excited to see where this goes because right now we have the underdogs of Eric and Apple, and then we have that big group of 4, and I'm wondering if maybe sometime soon that group of 4 might break up. But that does not seem to be the case at all right now because that group of 4 is so strong. They're all working out except for Zucker, who seems to be the one who's just sitting and watching, which is very relatable because whenever I go to the gym, I have like the biggest intents to lift weights and, you know, become really buff, and then I get so tired after one like routine, and then I just sit and watch my friend do what they do while I drink like a protein shake in the back, and I'm like, okay, you're doing great, you know, cheering from the sidelines. Anyways, Zucker seems to be in that spot right now and has, you know, having a great conversation with his friends right now, Bam right now. And as you can see, the task of having conversations is now at 3 out of 4. They need to do 1 more conversation to achieve it completely. Now, Mathilda's right here attempting to connect the wires. She attempts the yellow wire, and ding, 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 that is correct this time. That means they have corrected the electrical wire, and that is now a task that they have accomplished. And all of a sudden, I see Zucker over here, who is standing right at the emergency meeting, and he has activated the emergency meeting button, which I think is a genius move because Zucker knows that he has all the numbers. There's 4 people on his team and 2 people on Eric and Apple's team, and any way they vote, they're going to win. So it's smart to just call that emergency meeting and vote out Eric or Apple. But what if Eric and Apple aren't the imposters? What if someone on Zucker's team is an imposter? Maybe he's on the wrong team. Anyways, the votes are coming in. Pom Pom, Bam, Zucker, and Mathilda. That 4-person alliance has voted out Eric, and sadly, Eric is leaving this game. You can now see him leaving through the window. He's flying. This animation I made is too much. Oh, it's so slow too. Anyways, 4 to 2 vote. Everyone basically voted for Eric unless you were a friend of Eric. And Eric sees Blue Bear outside of the competition and says hi. I thought that was so cute. We're now in round 3. There's 4 people in a team and then 1 Apple on a team alone. And this might be a time for Apple to, you know, maybe do something that, you know, maybe make a friend, break up that alliance, or else she's gonna be next. And who is the imposter? No one has been fenced in yet. No one has been eliminated by the imposter yet. So who is going to be eliminated? Will the imposter step up and get rid of someone? Anyways, Mathilda's now singing at the microphone. The team is doing a really good job at accomplishing these tasks pretty quickly, so good for them. Pom Pom and Zucker are having a really good conversation, again, licking fishes or worms. Mathilda's sitting down, and it's really smart for Zucker to make a good relationship with Pom Pom, because I think Pom Pom and Mathilda are like best friends in this game, and Bam and Zucker are a dynamic duo as well. So it's good for Zucker to make more alliances than just his immediate friends, okay? Now Mathilda is singing even more, accomplishing these tasks, doing a very, very good job, when all of a sudden Apple has been eliminated by the imposter, and it could have literally been anyone here. I mean, the only person that doesn't look like it was Mathilda, because you could see her singing while Apple got trapped in. So it's either gotta be Bam, Pom Pom, or Zucker. Zucker is having a conversation with Pom Pom again, and then all of a sudden, Bam and Mathilda are having conversations, and this time Bam is very angry at Mathilda, and Mathilda's talking about how I'm gonna win and you're gonna lose. Now I know this is probably a little out of context, maybe they're not actually talking about the Among Us challenge, but I don't know how I feel about a rivalry between Bam and Mathilda, and it looks like Bam and Zucker voted out Mathilda, and Pom Pom and Mathilda voted out Bam, which is a tie. So neither of them will be eliminated, and we're gonna have to go into the next round. An imposter is still in here. One of these 4 villagers are the imposter, and I think Mathilda and Pom Pom versus Bam and Zucker is definitely what's happening here. That's the 2 versus 2, and whoever has the imposter on their team likely will win after all of this. So, the imposter, whoever the imposter is playing a very good game. I think Mathilda is very on to Bam and Zucker. But it could be Pom Pom. It could be her own teammate that's the imposter. It could be anyone. Now, they have been accomplishing a bunch of tasks, but so much drama has been going on that I haven't updated it as much. So, here's an updated list of all the tasks. As you can see here, the imposter has to act quick because the innocent team is doing an amazing job at doing all of these tasks. They don't have too much more to go here. So very, very interesting. And Bam and Pom Pom are having a conversation, which is very interesting. Those two aren't typically friends, which might be bad for Mathilda and Zucker if they work together. Listen to this conversation, folks. It's important. Maybe a rivalry brewing between Pom Pom and Bam. I don't know, this is really getting interesting. Anyway, Zucker is now singing. Last time we saw someone listening to music here and dancing, but this time it does appear that he is singing, which is very good for that team. And then it's also really interesting here because Pom Pom takes a seat with her food, and that's another point for the team. This is getting really, really interesting, folks. I don't know which way the sun is moving here. It could be anyone. The imposter could win if they just eliminate a few more people. Okay? Mathilda and Pom Pom are having a conversation. Take a listen. Okay, all of a sudden we move, and oh my gosh, there he is. Bam! Trapped in a fence. Now, Mathilda obviously is looking around like, oh my gosh, Pom Pom, it's gotta be Zucker. We were just having a conversation. But it would make no sense for Zucker to eliminate his best friend in the competition, his best ally in the competition. So it really could go anywhere. I could see Pom Pom maybe voting out Mathilda because it doesn't make sense. But I could also see Mathilda and Pom Pom realizing, come on now, it's gotta be Zucker. There's no way it's not Zucker. So let's see how the votes crumble. I know who I'd vote for. It'd be Zucker. Pom Pom votes for Zucker. Zucker votes for Mathilda. And Mathilda votes for Zucker, which means Zucker is eliminated. And in just a second, we will know if Zucker was the imposter or not. Now, it does seem he was the imposter. If you look back at the video, if you rewind all the key moments, you will now put all the pieces together. Zucker was the imposter. which made a lot of sense. He had a very big alliance, but I don't think he realized that Mathilda would catch on and also have Pom Pom right by her side. Now, because Pom Pom and Mathilda won this competition, they split the 100,000 bells and will get 50,000 bells each. Instead, I splurged and I spent 170,000 bells. Actually, more than that, nearly 200,000 bells on them. And I bought them both really cool items. I bought this red bathtub for Pom Pom, and I bought this super duper cool outdoor like jacuzzi that turns purple. It turns purple, everyone. And they live in the same neighborhood. I'm sure they can share their new gifts with each other. Be like, hey, you know, you can check out my super fancy gifts if I can check out yours. So, very, very fun. Comment down below, what do you think? Was this everything you wanted? Who did you think was the imposter this whole entire time? Also, I do want to note that my Marina giveaway is still going on because the person I contacted did not respond in 24 hours. So you can go back to that old Among Us episode, the first episode of the series, right in front of you, and check that out because you can still have a chance at Win Marina. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
There is an imposter among us. Yeah. There is an imposter among us. Yes.